about family. You know what, families. Let's talk about families and the power of being a family. But hold on
Damn.
for a minute. I got to do one thing before we get into it. Hold on.
Yes, sir.
So let's see. Take this out. Put this in. Got it. All right, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Say something.
Yes. I can hear you perfectly.
Hello.
Yeah. Can you? Yeah. Can you hear me?
Okay,
You
there you
can.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Just took my speakers a minute to plug in. So I want to get into families, man. So I'm gonna do this interview style because I'm gonna pick your brain on what you
Yes, sir.
believe is true. I'm gonna start off with the power of families in other cultures to
Mm.
to take over black people
Yeah.
financially,
Yeah. Yes.
courtroom. What are your thoughts?
I think it's very true. Easily that we're the only ones that attacked. We're the only ones that don't have any. We don't have no leverage when it comes to anything. Politically, financially. No stability, no foundation, none of that. See, and yeah, they make money off of us. I agree.
What do you mean no leverage? And I'm playing dumb for the sake of you explaining to the audience. What do you
Uh,
mean by no leverage?
uh,
No leverage on anything.
Leverage as far as like like if you get pulled over by the cops or something like that, and you're not white or anything like that, and you're gonna get a harder time. Leverage meaning that if you get pulled over, you're not gonna get sweated as much. You're not gonna get hit hard. If you have leverage as far as, okay, I got pulled over by the cops. What judge do I know, or what cop could I talk to, or who could I talk to, or just the leverage as far as knowledge, as going into knowledge, as far as knowing, okay, what judge could I write to get this overthrown, because this is this is what's my scenario. This is what I'm going through. And if
Right.
and if they could plead with you, if the judge, and because shit, people that have the knowledge, they get the people to plead with them too. Um,
Have you ever heard of my little wolf rule number two?
no, I remember you. I remember
Okay.
you posted it. I remember you posted it on your on YouTube.
So here's my wolf rule number two. Always keep a lawyer on deck or keep 3 to 5 G's in a separate account just for lawyers.
Definitely, yeah, yeah.
And it's the one thing a lot of us black dudes don't do because we live in check to check.
Yep, that's true.
And a lot of times we be overextending ourselves and then we get caught up. Another thing I find that when you talk about leverage, unfortunately, because women dominate the
Oh,
men in our culture,
yeah,
many a times we got to call our girlfriend or call our mama to get us
yeah,
out of a situation.
yeah. That's yeah.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but that's what we do. Can you speak on that thought?
I just say, I believe. I
Take your
believe
time,
that.
brother. I know
Yeah, yeah,
I,
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
know it's
yeah,
depressing. I know it's depressing.
yeah. Me personally, like as a man, like when I was staying with my uncle, I was staying with my uncle and my auntie, and I don't know, when I was staying with them, I didn't feel like a man. So I got out, and I came out to Seattle, and I was, I had money to get a hotel, but I didn't get a hotel. I stayed on the streets.
Right.
And I just wanted to get away from just like being up under somebody, man. I can't do it, man. Me as a man, I can't do it, dude. I can't be up under somebody. So like me, I would never call a woman or call anybody. I would just take my blows. That's what I believe in. I like a lot of Eastern philosophy, like ninjas and samurais, especially ninjas and Shaolin monks. Really like that stuff, and they believe in they believe in taking their blows and, you know, training hard, and that's what I like, you know. I
So
that
you're
that
saying you have a
that
warrior mentality.
Yeah, a warrior mentality. If I'm gonna go against something, I'm gonna, you know, like, I'm not gonna, oh, I need this person to help me. No, I don't want this person to help me. I could do it myself. You know, even if I run and, you know, I'll run off and I'll try to, you know, climb a rooftop and, you know, snipe them out. You know, come jump down on them. You know, there's always different ways to skin a cat. You know, and that's what a lot of
Right.
people don't realize. Um, yeah, and especially yeah, I don't know if that answers your question, but
No,
yeah.
no, no, it does. And you know, it goes to what I said about how people handle business. I mean, I think what people get caught up on in our community, our culture, because we are ran by women in a lot of ways. We
Yeah,
tend to take on that over sensationalized thing where uh, I find out you a light brown brother, and for whatever reason, I want to make that a whole 30-minute discussion about how you like brown, and then you in turn make it another 30-minute discussion about how I'm dark,
right.
and something happened to you in 1984 with a dark person, and
Yeah, right. Yeah,
only women do that, and it's
yeah,
like
yes, sir.
you go to other cultures and you don't experience all of this tennis ball back and forth nonsense. What are your thoughts on what I just said?
Well, yeah. My thoughts are, you're right. Uh, Hold on, real quick. This fire truck is
Oh,
coming
I was
behind.
about to say, I thought they was coming to get you, Brand. I said,
No,
golly, we
no, no.
just got the
It's
brother.
a fire. I'm outside. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. My thoughts on that are, you know, I think it's prevalent in other cultures, but I noticed with, you know, with like the Asians, you know, they don't, you know, they don't wear their, they're not really expressive people, so you're not gonna, when you see them walking or see them, they you know, they keep a straight face. You know, I think it's there with everybody. The English don't like the Irish, and, you know, I think it's there. You know, but they're not. They don't.
Right.
You know, as Asians, you don't see them on the streets. You know what I mean? Like, I'm on the streets right now, and you don't really see Asians walk the streets like that. You know, and if we do, there's a certain type of decorum that they have. You know, they're not necessarily
Yeah.
homeless. They're travelers. They're students, and, you know what I mean. And they keep that image about them as a black people. You know, it's just like, okay, you see them on the streets, it's like they're fucking homeless. You know, they're fucking run down. You know, you know, distant, forgotten, luck ran out, you know, and looking like, you know, and always looking for a handout. So it's kind of like, you know, you see it. So it's like, I want to stay away from it, you know? Um,
Right. Before it infects you.
yeah, before it affects, yeah. I could you state the question one more time? Because that fire truck kind of, fuck.
No, it's all right. It's all right. You pretty much answered it, but let me move on to a different one in
Oh,
a
okay,
different way.
okay. Yeah, I wish I could have.
Okay, so when you look at Asian people,
Yes.
one of the reasons they're able to succeed,
Yep.
but it is somewhat of a negative. They distance themselves from social things unless it has to do with social media. They're heavy on social media. They're heavy on electronics, but human interaction, they are distant. What do you think technology is doing for our children these days?
Damn. I think it's good because you could contact a lot of people through a lot of different things. The bad thing is the people you contact is like is probably a bot or something like that, you know. And it's not real human interaction. That's the bad thing, that it's not real human interaction. And
Right,
you know, so like these, like a lot of the kids, they're not getting the truth. They're not getting you know, they're not getting the
basics.
stroke. Yeah, you're not getting the patience. They're not getting the character. You know, what it is to come up to somebody and say, hey, you know, what's going on? Let's go kick it. You know, and in the down times, when you kicked it back in the day, and you went to a friend's house and played some video games, and they had to go to the bathroom, and you had to just chill. You know, like kind of like them '80s movies, man, where it's like not everything had to be not everything had to be explosives, man. There was, like, like Friday, the movie Friday, where it's just like there was no explosives in that movie. It was just a bunch of
Right,
nuances, a bunch of cadences, but that kept the movie going. That was real life, you know. That's what people really go through. You know, you're sitting down for the most of the time, and every day is not. Oh, we gotta have fun. We gotta do this. We have to go over here. We have to go over here. No, man, life is monotonous, man, and you have to maintain and manage that. You know, it could be fun.
And
It's
you
not
know when
always
that
fun, but you have to. You
and you
know.
know what and you know when that movie first came out, everybody was expecting there to be some level of violence.
Oh yeah,
But
that's fucking.
but we were all shocked when it was just like a regular Wednesday. It's kind of like he
Yeah,
just taped. It's like he taped a regular Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Just like
yeah.
you know. I'll ask you this other question about family because the topic is about family.
Yes, sir.
When we see Italians, Russians around the dinner table and they're all interacting, Paulie brought his wife, Angela brought her husband, and what have you. Do we see less and less of that amongst blacks now?
That's a good question. Shit, man. Damn, that's the good. Well, I guess I can answer it from a street level. You know, from a street level of riding the bus and you know I guess I would say, you know, because like as far as speaking on like riding the buses and riding the light rail and stuff like that and that type of stuff. There's like less. I would say less. Maybe on I don't know. Maybe on your scale, because Mr. Research, you're a lot higher than me. You know, you probably catch planes and you got business and stuff like that. So you see a different part of the game. You know, and
Right. Right.
uh,
Unfortunately, I don't see a lot of black people doing that anymore.
yeah, I would say
And
I'd probably say not too. Yeah.
and I think because of that, uh, they're I don't see a lot of black people doing that. And because of that, their children appear to be dominating our children
Yeah.
because
Yeah. Yeah.
even if Italian Paulie is on drugs or something,
Yeah. They got money. They got.
there's somebody within the family structure
Yep.
able to give Paulie his 15th chance,
Damn, you ain't lying. Shit, man.
and you you right in the game.
Definitely. Yeah,
and
I agree.
and excuse me, and I think this because once again because we're so women driven
Yeah,
in this
yeah,
in this culture, uh the young boy has to be cautious who he busts a nut inside.
yeah, yeah. Especially if you're dealing with black women, yeah, or any woman in general, you know. Fuck, man.
Yeah, so it's like um but I'm gonna say hi to the chat room. I sent out a link for you guys to jump on. I'm gonna delete that link in a minute. Um, but we're talking about family and the power that other families of other culture have on black people. I know Black in Japan knows about that. Scream is out there. What's up, Scream? Um, MCO, I mean, CEO was cracking. But it's this thing that I want to tap into about family, man. Where do you feel that we are lacking into fixing family for the young boys?
Uh, yeah. Yeah. Family for the young boys. Just yeah, like you said, not being women driven, not calling women for your problems, and having, you know, I guess it comes down to organization, being organized. Because the more organized you are, the more you won't you could cut out certain stupid stuff, like calling women for your problems, because this is think about it, man. Are women meant to handle problems? It's like, come on, man.
Oh no.
Like, so why would you do that? It is kind of like, it's like it's having a support system, like you said, family, having a support system and having people you could call on, like having, it's like, I would guess it would say with just coming together, like you said, coming together with the business, even if it's a recycle business, and five or five people have go to work, and they stay in a 2 or 3 bedroom place, and they stay in a 2 or 3 bedroom place, and then they're saving their money like what the Mexicans do and the Chinese do and everyone else does.
Everyone
They
else.
save their money. They save their money. They stay in a 1 bedroom place. 5 people save their money. So when it comes time for them to buy some place in Seattle, they got that place. They got a place in they got a place in they have a liquor store, and then okay, I'll hire you. Okay, I'll hire you in the liquor store. Cool. So now we have money. Now you got money. He has money. We all have money. But see, the problem with black folks is it's kind of like, oh no, you you cheat me out. You cheat me out over some stupid shit, and it's like,
No.
of course
You
you're gonna
cheated
get it.
me
Of
out of.
course it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard, of course, because you're trying to build up to that. You're trying to build up to that. So it's like, of course it's gonna be hard. You have to weather the
No. You
storm.
cheated me out of 25 cents. You
Yeah,
cheated me out
exactly.
of 25 cents,
Yeah.
and I'm finna go get this gun
Yep.
and come at you. That's the one thing. Like the recent events on YouTube. I'm not a hater. I mean, everybody got their different opinion, but I
Yeah.
was thinking to myself, if something similar had to happen to me, where maybe I'm not as talented as the in the business as I am now.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, there are people who make accidental money, and you can have a business. That's why a lot of times you got these business shows that show people don't know shit, but they've been
Hmm.
making millions for years.
Yeah.
But they literally don't know nothing. You can
Yeah.
sit up here and create the Viagra pill, right? And you'll make accidental money.
Yeah.
You'll
Because
make so much money because it's brand new. Can't nobody really duplicate it, and you in the game, and you up here driving Porsches and all
yeah.
this, but really you not a business dude.
Yeah.
And now that somebody's doing better than you, now they say, "Well, give me my refund, Brandon." You like, huh? Well, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been waiting 30 days. I didn't get no mail. What do you do?
Yeah.
Oh, you sent it to the old link. Oh shit. I forgot to take that down. It's a bunch of stuff that happens.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that Brandon trying to be shiesty.
Yeah. It's just miscommunication.
Yeah, Brandon
Miscommunication.
might
That's
not
all
be
it is, man.
talented at
It's
that.
something simple, and then they take it like it's something bigger than what it is. Same thing with female tendencies. Oh, let me blow this up to what it is. You know what I mean? Instead of just being straight up. A lot of us claim to be straight up, but we're really not straight up. Because if you're straight up, you'll be like, hey, man. Because being straight up is being organized. You gotta be organized. Okay, what link do I send in? Even though it's something small, not minute, but it's the details it's the details that's gonna get you rich in life, man. Because I know, okay, I get it. If I have to run 5 miles, okay, how am I going to run this 5 miles? Strategy, technique.
Right.
How should I run it? Should I run it in boots? Okay, if I run it in boots, I got to run it differently. If I run it in nice shoes, I could run it in nice shoes. You know what I mean? So
True that.
technique, strategy. You know what I mean? You have to planning and preparation.
Well, not even that. What kind of shoes are you gonna run?
Yeah, exactly.
Are you willing to invest in the shoes necessary to get you a mile longer?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yep.
Like I tell you, what part of the world are you in right now?
I'm in Seattle right now.
What part of Seattle?
In downtown off Second Street at the High
Oh,
City Hospital.
well, Jesus, you about to jail? Oh, Jesus.
No, but no, but it's a hostel off Second and Bell Street.
Oh, okay. Is that Saint something? Saint?
Uh, it's called High City Hostel, and it is in the Belltown, the
Oh,
Belltown
okay.
district. Yeah.
Okay. I thought you was over there by the jail. I was about to say, oh God.
No. Where is the jail at anyway? Just
It's downtown.
okay. Oh, it's down. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's downtown. It's normally a bunch of bicycle cops riding around there.
Okay. Might have.
Yeah, last time I was out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, these cats, man, it's really ridiculous.
Yeah.
Um
Just damn, man. lack of.
Are you originally from Seattle?
No, I'm from Sacramento, California, from the
Oh,
north.
you from
Northern
the Bay?
No,
Okay.
not the Bay
We
Area.
consider y'all the Bay. We consider y'all the Bay, man.
Really? Oh, it's the
we
Valley.
consider y'all the Bay.
Yeah.
You know, because I used to stay in Rancho Cordova.
Oh, okay, Rancho. Yeah, that's the east side. Yep.
Yeah, I had a spot out there over by that air conditioned train that runs from downtown to out there.
Yeah.
I had a spot out there, and before Sacramento became its own person,
Right.
we called y'all part of the Bay, man. But now,
okay.
Now y'all done got independent on us.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense because Sacramento was
because Roseville wouldn't claim you.
No, hell no. It was
so y'all was part of the Bay.
That's Confederacy right there.
Yeah, there you go. But anyway, so is there any question you had thought that you wanted to ask since we got a one-on-one right now before I ask another question?
Yeah, I like your work, man. You know, I remember when I listened to something you said, and that was like, it was earlier this year, and I like what you were talking about, and it, you know, is really intriguing, and you know, I like how solution based you are, and you about, you know, getting to the bottom of it and stuff like that. So I like that, you know. It's like real, like, you know, you're like someone to look up to, you know, because it's not like, even in Sacramento, there's not a lot of like competent, you know, black folks in, you know, in California. It just seems like everybody's a fucking zombie walking around, and everybody just, it's weird, man. But it's good to see someone like you know.
It's like this, man. I'm just a cat that survived the game, but it's like this though. There's too many people. Like Sacramento used to be vibrant when I used to live out there. Like downtown used to be lovely. I lived there when Chris Webber.
Hello.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I lived there when Chris Webber was playing at the stadium downtown.
Oh, okay.
So that's when I.
Oh shit! It wasn't Arco Arena in Natomas?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's in Natomas.
But it was beautiful, man. It was beautiful. Sacramento, we used to have this festival every year. It was like super packed downtown. Now, like, it's a ghost town.
Yeah, definitely. that is true. Yeah, all the new buildings that they're building up, and they're trying to make it look like something and all. And yeah, there's no more soul no more, man. Like shit, that shit run dry, man. Fuck, dude.
Yeah, but again, because you know, it's too many immigrants who really don't care about America, and the immigrants push out the cats that are here and really don't have other options. And see, the immigrant, and I'm not a hater on the immigrant, I'm just keeping it real. Yeah. They can bounce and go back to their country.
Very true.
and you know, if you keep disenfranchising the Americans ain't gonna have nothing to fight for and no reason to fight. So you know, at this point, anybody can invade America right now, and they just gonna let it be taken over because most of us ain't gonna do nothing. Like even me, I'm going up north. I'm cool. I ain't going to sit and participate.
Yeah,
because there's no reason. But I appreciate the lookout, man. What I try to do, man, I realize that I come off as arrogant to a lot of people. I understand that, but I don't look at YouTube as entertainment, and I don't look at YouTube as a money vehicle. Definitely. For other people, that's what they do, and that's why they come off differently. But the same people who get on and are entertaining, because for them YouTube is a business, I'll speak to a person and they won't be in control of their emotions necessarily.
Oh yeah, damn, man.
So it's like, you know, I guess for me, I'm looking at YouTube like we should be speaking about how to empower ourselves, and instead we are looking at YouTube like a business. And they ain't not, and when you look at YouTube like a business, You start saying and doing stuff for the sake of your money. And I don't think nothing's wrong with that. But if I'm going to talk to a Ku Klux Klan member, just because I'm going to get 70,000 views, and from that 70,000 views, I might get $500. What was the point?
Yeah. You should have been trying to pick his brain and trying to see how they think, and so you could formulate plans to better empower
Right.
yourself, and so you don't, because they'll
Not
tell
not just interview them and let them talk and make speeches.
No, hell no. You can capitalize on that,
Right. Or even with the women. If
No.
you interview women, I'm not saying go back and forth with the women, but don't let them just make speeches. Brandon ain't shit. Brandon this and Brandon that. Okay. Let me ask you this question. When was the first time Brandon did something to you? See, that's not.
Yeah,
It's like, what are we doing? What's the purpose of it now?
Yeah.
Because and then or you get somebody to talk with that person and they get up and start yelling at the person and proving every stereotype in the book.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah, it's like, and then at the end of the day, we able to say we made $70,000 for the year or $100,000 for the year, but our people didn't advance.
Yeah.
So I wanted to take a different narrative by saying, you know what, hey, look, let's have other conversations that pushes against the black cliques, because I done had my time in the sun. I done everything everybody's on now. I done did that. So it's like I push back and say, you know what? Where's our greater conversation? And then you know what they say? Oh, Mr. Research just want views. Nigga, I've had hella successful channels. I've been where you trying to be. What the fuck do I care about views? I make damn near $5,000-$6,000 a month. What do I care about views?
Yeah.
Man,
I think it's in order to have those intelligent conversations, it takes a lot of mind power to do so, and to maintain that level it's hard for our people to do so, because it takes a lot of mind power and it takes a lot of focus. Like, you have to be a warrior to have these conversations, you have to be like a ninja samurai, that's at this level, because of all the pollutants that's in the air and people's diet. If you're not eating right, then everybody, it's like social media. People have the attention span of a fly or a cat, So when you talk about high level conversations, if they ain't eating right, if they don't exercise, if they don't drink water, if they don't, if you like, I watch a lot of social media, but the things I watch is like, I watch videos like yours to get to get knowledge, and then I watch a lot of gym videos and boxing. I'm into boxing, and
right.
a lot of fitness.
You're very careful of what you take in.
Yeah, you got it, man, because it's like, I still have my problems too, because but I try to
everybody
limit it.
does.
I try to breathe. I try to breathe. Yeah, I try to breathe like life into myself. Like, get like watch videos on how to eat right, and how to eliminate parasites, and monosaturated fat, different things, that's gonna help me out. And okay, what workout, I'm feeling, I don't want to go to the gym today. What should I, what exercise should I incorporate this time? You know what I mean? So it's like, you gotta,
Yeah, you gotta, you gotta, and that's what I'm rediscovering for myself. What's up, Lions Time? How are you? That's what I'm rediscovering for myself, is my own discipline, my own level. Like, I leave work at 5 a.m. Because I work at night and I work in the day. But I leave at work 5 a.m. I go to the gym and try to hit the treadmill.
Definitely.
And then go home, get like 3 hours of sleep, then go to work.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's the pattern I've put myself on. But now I even said I need to expand larger than that.
Yeah, because I agree.
Make sure my reading is on point and things of that nature. Because I'm fighting against families. And this goes back to what we were saying earlier. I realize I'm fighting against families. I'm a solo guy. Brandon's a solo guy.
I'm a solo guy. Yeah.
And we're fighting against families.
Fam, yeah. I don't get along with my
we
family.
don't have we don't have one.
That's true. Yeah, we've been disenfranchised, right?
Yeah, and you know, the worst thing I think is the male hyena. The male hyena wants to protect these females and allow these females to attack males all day long.
Yeah.
I can't be part of what's going on with that. So now, that I realize that, and people say black this and black that, the first thing I tell them now is, and I just started this last week. I said, look, it's hard to fight for the black community when you got women bashing dudes and dudes protecting women who bash dudes. And then those women give birth to sons who don't like their mama, so they bash women. That's the black community. Let me say it again for you one more time.
Yes, sir.
You have females who bash dudes. You have dudes who protect those females and allow them to keep bashing dudes. Then you have females who have children, who have boys, who hate their mama, and they grow up and hate women.
Yeah,
how can we get anything done?
It's true. A lot of dysfunction right there, man.
Yeah. How can we get anything done? While other cultures got the same problems, but because they have traditions, they try to keep themselves in play.
Yeah. Discipline, because they know that, hey, man, if it's like the X-Men. You got Wolverine. He lives in Canada. He's like, man, fuck Cyclops. I don't get along with him. But if Professor X calls, you'd be like, hey, man, the Sentinels are going to invade us. They know the Sentinels could take them out, Shit.
Right.
But they'll come together. Psylocke, a Gambit. Hey, man, we need you, man, because shit, man, we got Beast here, man. We got to ride, man. And even the X-Men don't get along, but they know
not at all.
The Sentinels, man. The Sentinels, man. When some Sentinels come, man, that's it, man.
Yeah, shit, and that's the problem. That's the problem with this community. We look at white folks as our enemy, but really there's a bunch of sentinels who are black within our structure.
That's true. Yeah.
And these sentinel, just like I made the video recently, and I'm gonna start digging into this. I'm gonna start just doing long-winded topics, but the white female supremacy, the video I dropped today.
Mm-hmm.
You got white females who are dominating black females at work, but you got black females who are focused on verbally assaulting black men.
Yeah.
They're not going after the white woman that's stopping them from hiring their son. The white woman can bring her son or her daughter into the company. The Chinese woman can bring her son or daughter into the company. You know what a chick said to me when I told her this very thing I'm telling you? She said, "Well, it's against company policy to hire family members." I said, "Where is that?" I said, "Where is that written?" She said, "I'm sure it's." I said, "See, you passing information, you don't know whether it's true or not."
Yeah, no, she knows, but she doesn't want to be held accountable.
Right, but watch when I told her. I said, it's not that you can't work in the same company or the same department. You can't hire a family member.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah,
you can't be the hiring person for a family member. Not you can't hire them all together.
That makes
I said, boy, y'all be hearing a little bit of the darn devil can write something and say something, and you guys will just go with it without checking it out.
Because they look at the bulk. Our people are bulk orientated instead of being detail orientated. When you look at the those are all details that you need to pay attention to, and it's the details that's going to get you far in life, not the bulk.
Right. Well, let me ask you a couple of quick questions. Because I don't want to kill too much of your time. If you had a super Italian family structure,
damn.
how far would you have gotten in life?
Super Italian family structure.
And let me describe what that is for anybody who listens. That means that you have a set of traditions that go all the way back to 1910.
Yeah.
You can trace your great 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 grandfather. Your grandfather personally had a flower store. His son works over at Chevron. Your uncle, he got a deli. You got another cousin, female cousin, who's a lawyer. How would your life have been under this structure?
Oh yeah, it would have been really good because what I would have done to maintain that structure, what I would have maintained the good business ties between that structure, because I know those business structures would have kept me afloat, kept my lifestyle afloat. Of course, money would have been there. Uh, I think it would have been it would have been a lot. Yeah, I guess a lot easier. A lot easier.
So let's say the same thing for the Chinese side.
Wow.
You not doing so well. You mean they ain't got no business, but you got one person that own a restaurant. Half your family work there. You've been working there since you was 12. You got you about to go to college or what have you. You're going to study something, but you come from a family structure that somebody got a business and everybody working. You've been working since 12, and it's allowed you to get in the workforce at 12 and get a lot of stuff out of your system. How's that going to help you?
I think how would it help you is it would be more of a life or death situation. It'd be more of a life or death situation, because if you're like you're Chinese or you're working at a sweatshop and you're from China, so you're already in a third world country, so you have to that's life or death. You're gonna come up. You're gonna come up anyways, because that's rock bottom, man. Third world country, you are already at rock bottom. So,
but the family structure is there.
Yeah,
but the family structure.
Exactly. So what you could do, what they would do is, okay, okay, there's 19 of us. I'm gonna work this job, making 5 cents. Well, we all gonna be making 5 cents, and then over 20 years,
well,
let me ask you, adds up.
Let me ask you a question, because I'm trying to blow your mind with this one.
Yes, sir.
You said you're at rock bottom, but even if you're in those countries like that, for you to be here in America and not have none of that, who's really at rock bottom?
That's true. Well, the only reason, the reason for that, because here in America, there's a lot of passivity. There's a lot of passive. We live passive lifestyles, where we come outside and there's lights, there's a street, there's sidewalks. So it's easy to become, set. It's easy to become set into a certain way. As of the Chinese are as of the Chinese are like, okay, man, we don't have anything, and even though we have the structure, but that structure is going to allow us to get over. As of us,
that's my point.
As of us in the United States, okay, yeah, man, okay, yeah, I know Mr. Research. Yeah,
as long as you got structure, as long as you got structure, you can defeat almost anything.
Exactly. Yeah, you can defeat it. It's true.
As long as you got several arms on the family octopus.
Yeah.
You can damn that. So you're basically putting this kid in a position where even if you do nothing but go clean out the toilets at the massage parlor, you have something that you can step on to get you somewhere else.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But if you, like most black boys, and you left to figure out shit yourself, if you're like most black boys, where mom kept a roof over your head, dad hooked you up, but
doing nothing for you.
That's about it. You turned 18 and you felt like 12 again. You like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you didn't really learn any life skills. As of the Chinese,
you didn't learn shit.
Yeah, as of the Chinese in China, okay, well, shit, man, it's rock bottom. I don't have a mom and dad to tell me what to do, so they told me to go over here and do this job. So I'm good. Go here and do this job, and hang out in the streets, and observe and be cold. And try to defend for myself, because my mom and dad ain't gonna be home until, I don't know when. They're off in Hunan province or one of these in Hong Kong. We're all the way in the land. You know what I mean? So
that's why I said on the video that you emailed me. Of course, these Asian people are doing that because number one, they're getting their loans from China. They don't even apply to American banks.
Yeah,
that's why they're popping up with cash.
It's true.
Their shit comes from the Bank of China, and the Bank of China is sitting up here granting them loans because they're middle class or established families. Because only middle class and established families get to come over to America, and the poor families don't. And so they coming over already established. Matter of fact, Jinju visited America 2 years ago when she was 8 months pregnant in the hopes of having the baby on American soil. She did, and now her son is American and Chinese registered. Yeah. So the game is just deep, and people, when you say that, a lot of Asians are buying up stuff, is because they're out there doing tactical moves.
Yes.
And we still internet fighting.
Still internet fighting, yeah.
And it's like, I think this is the time in history where, and I really believe that, looking at how the boys are not in no jobs, and many of the single mothers are not trying to hook the boys up with no jobs at the place they work. I think within the next 20, 30 years, you'll see less Black people who are actually Black American here in the States. Because whether you or I as brothers get with a Black woman or a white woman, at some point in time, our children may see, well, what the fuck, why am I going to stay Black, Dad? What the fuck?
Yeah,
Ain't no options for it. Or our daughter is going to be, why am I going to marry Black? Ain't no option for it. And then they have a child that's real light skin. Now that light skinned child feels more in tune with the whites, and then it's over with. I saw the same thing.
You get bred out.
I saw the same thing happen in France when I was there in 93. Black women were complaining about the French Black dudes. White woman heard that. She said, I got opportunity here. They start rushing Black French dudes. Didn't give two fucks about them dudes prior. But when the Black women start saying, we don't want to fuck with you, no, them white chicks was like coming out the countryside. Like, shit, I can have access. I can stop fucking these horses and these goats and get me some actual human penis.
Wow. Shit, man.
And they start flooding them dudes. And I was like, golly. And within 3 or 4 more years, you barely saw a Black dude with the Black chick in France. And the white and the Black chicks that was all, we'll just go with the white Frenchman. We'll just go with the white Frenchman. The white Frenchmen turned that shit on their ass 4 years later. The white Frenchmen started treating them mostly like hookers. They just did a 360 on those chicks. So now when you go to France, unless they're immigrants or Africans who live in France, most of the original Black Frenchmen, they don't even date each other.
Damn.
It's hard to even see them together. When you do, I guarantee they'll be African or Ethiopian or something like that. They won't be from France. And then I went to England and I saw England start doing that shit in 94. And now you go to places, you barely see Black folks fuck with each other in England, unless they're African or from some island or something. But the original Black English, they don't even fuck with each other. Brighton Beach, Lower London, they just don't. No. Let me get one more question out of you, brother. Did you have anything else you wanted to ask?
Damn. Fuck. I did, but I think it kind of slipped my mind. But yeah, it's good.
Well, let me give you this. The number one thing, man, that I learned, that took me from the hood up to a better way of living. Remove yourself from lower people.
Yeah, you got
and I'm not saying don't talk to them at all. I'm not saying don't play basketball with them, eat with them, pat them on the back. I'm not saying none of that. When it comes to mental conversation, remove yourself.
Definitely. Yes, yeah.
Because their pain will start being your pain. And if you don't see their pain, then they'll be mad at you for not seeing their pain. And it's like,
wow.
It's like, dude, I know how to pick up a sword and kill mountain lions. I do not know how to run from mountain lions. I don't even know what that feels like. So why are you telling me about how the mountain lion won't leave you alone?
Yeah, exactly.
Go out there in the dark. Listen to me, Brandon, in the dark, and kill that motherfucker.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
This is not rocket science, man. No. And if you don't want to go in the dark, I get it, but go in the early morning when you think this cat is still sleeping tired and go kill this motherfucker. Why are we talking about the evil white man who many a times is trying to be, I mean, half the time he's trying to invite you into his shit. But we're like, we're so female driven that we can't even be part of it sometimes. It's really really silly. Hold on for a minute. CEO said original Black British, those are the African and Islanders. They just been in the UK for generations. Right. The original the original goes back to Cheddar Man. What a lot of people don't understand is Tingis Africa, Tingis, Tingis Africa, or used to be 10G Africa after the fall of the Sea People before Ramses the First in Egypt, Pharaoh in Egypt. What's up, information man? What happened is Tingis Africa populated the Iberians, and the Iberians went out and created the Franks, and the Franks are the ones who end up creating Frenchmen. And Iberians also created the island of Britannia, which turns out to be England. And that's where you get Cheddar Man from. So you're actually right. It is the Africans and Islanders and the slaves that they brought and freed. But my point is that those people stop dating each other. And unless you're part of a culture, it's not a good look. Information man, I'm gonna be closing this down in a minute. I want to give Brandon the last opportunity. Brandon, tell me your thoughts, man. I'm gonna close this out on family. If the Black community had stronger families instead of the single family model, would we be able to compete?
Yes, I think we could be able to compete on a lot of levels. Yeah. Because that means that's a man and woman come together. They have a son. The man will instill discipline into the son, and and the woman would be able to nurture. And so you got those two that come together.
Whoa! Did you say nurture? Or women don't nurture no more. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm wrong. Like, oh, fuck. Yeah, but yeah, when you bring those two together, you have a nice mixture, and then that's two families that come together with their own money. And even if they want to go cheat on each other, I'm pretty sure white families, they cheat on each other, but then they have that sense of, okay, this is when you get married, this is a business. I'm just not gonna marry you and I want a divorce now because I'm on social media and I'm a big booty bitch. I'm a big booty bitch now, and I want a divorce now, and I want to go to this rapper over here and just keep on doing the same dumb shit instead of all these bitches got big booties now, so it's like white chicks, they like, okay, we they sleep around and stuff, they all sleep around and shit like that, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like,
man, bro,
they still have that family structure too,
Let me tell you what part of the game I was at, man. I don't even look at that no more. I was on a polyamorous site.
Mm-hmm.
I was on a polyamorous site for females that just want to have. They don't even want boyfriends. They just want to have relationships, sexual relationships. And I tell you, it's one of the most peaceful things, man, to not really stress sex. I haven't stressed sex like. And what I mean by stress sex, I have not met a chick and spoke with her in the hopes of getting her in the bed for over 18 years.
Wow.
Because and people say, "Oh, Q, you bullshit." And I said, "Really, I haven't," because I have three things going on. One, I used to be in the swinger lifestyle. I used to fuck females all the time. Okay, that got boring for me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's like you go in every other Saturday to fuck, and then it's like you go back in the real world and you meet chicks at bars and you just not tripping. Because the Saturday after next, you're going back again.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got into dealing with chicks sexually online. That opened up a whole new thing. It was like, my husband know I'm coming to fuck you, Then escorts. Man, once I got an escort, I was looking at a chick last night, but I'm gonna tell you the one before. The first escort I got must have been in 2008. And this chick was Polynesian with a big old fat behind, right?
Yeah.
And I was in Atlanta. And that chick said $40.
Damn. That's crazy.
When that chick said $40, I didn't change my face or nothing, but in my mind I was like, huh?
Yeah, right.
Take this for hey, look, that was a great hour. Take this 40.
Damn.
Take this 40 now.
Mm-hmm.
I will holler at you again. I put that chick in my phone. I said, yeah, no problem. Chop it up. It's all good. Hit another chick off like 4 months later. Just a random chick. Wasn't even expecting it to be nothing. And it was okay. And then I ran into a chick who was looking to get her bills paid. And, I entertained the conversation. I didn't do it, but I did entertain the conversation. And she was like, look, nice little dark-skinned chick. She was like, look, I like to have sex like this or blah, 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 like that. She said, I'm not going to call you for rent or nothing because you made that clear. You don't want me doing that. But if I get stuck, just take care of me, help me out. And I said, okay, you talking about a couple of $100 or something. She said, it ain't got to be a couple of $100, but at least $100. I said, oh, and look, I was like this. Oh, winner.
Right. Damn. Yeah. That's good. You set your boundaries with people. That's something I got to work on too. I don't really set boundaries with people. But
and
you set your boundaries, So
look, I set my boundaries so tough. I have said no to my mother on a regular. I love that lady too, but certain things don't fit my program.
Yes, sir.
And I'll say to her, you gotta let me know stuff in advance. And if you're not telling me in advance, then I gotta tell you I can't do that.
Definitely. Yeah.
You ain't gonna be having me going crazy and blah blah blah. But it's just because I have a standard of how I'm trying to do things, even though that's my nice, sweet mother. I gotta do it. Just so I don't go crazy.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, when it comes to boundaries, that's what that is. But anyway, in conclusion, man, Black community, our issue really is the lack of family traditions.
Yeah.
We've allowed our women to dominate us so much that the only thing many of these dudes know how to do is to fight other dudes for women. Yeah. And the only thing we can really do is just what I call wolf away, is not even speak, not even complain, just remove ourselves. And that's what it's come down to. If you want to go get a black woman, go get a black woman from another country, go get a black woman from another nation. Just this USA stuff is for the birds, and you're not going to get anybody of any. And you know what? I told somebody this the other day. You tell me what you think, Brandon.
Yes, sir.
I said I would rather fail with a foreigner than try to do something with an American.
Yeah, I agree. least with a foreigner, you'll learn a different perspective. You'll get something. You'll see what didn't work, and you'll
there you go.
You know? You'll learn. Black chick,
And
it's
she
gonna be
and she comes with some
because
form,
of some stupid shit. You fail because
and she comes with some forms of a tradition. It doesn't mean the chick is not going to take you to the cleaners. It doesn't mean the chick ain't going to go left.
That's true.
It doesn't mean that. It means that she has some sets of traditions to where even if you're an ugly, fat, short dude, she can at least respect, wait a minute, this dude ain't cheating on me, beating on me. I'm winning. Why do you think why do you think sometimes you see a real hot looking Latin chick with a little short, hairy Latin dude?
Right.
Because it ain't like the dude is in a position where she feel comfortable, and that's what it is at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't understand that, So, all right, I got to go in the stream, man. But I just want to give you that opportunity to chop it up with you, man. I know we've been running back and forth, but what are your thoughts as we close out? What are your last thoughts?
My last thoughts are, like you said, the family structure is very important, and this is a good conversation, between between two black people. I'm glad to have a good conversation because this is not an everyday occurrence,
Right.
Trying to attain a higher level of mental fitness,
Right.
Very easy. It's very easy to get distracted what you said about the black boys, where the mothers like pacify them and make them, they just make them oh no, I'll take care of that for you. No, you don't have to open the jar. I got that for you. That's not really doing anything for them. It's just making them more. It's killing them, because they're not learning to do it for themselves, instead of putting them out there in the cold and have them stay out in the cold for a day, and they'll realize, oh shit, I need to get my shit together because I'm 8 right now. I need to make sure I'm on my shit by the time I'm 10. Right. So when I'm 10, I know what the cold feels like. I know what it feels like to be cold. So I don't want to be there again.
Well, I'm gonna tell you on that note, I'm gonna leave you with this.
Yes, sir.
One of my WOHF rules: never get comfortable.
It's true.
Never get comfortable. I don't care how good it's going. I don't care if you and your homeboy done known each other since y'all was 12. Yeah. I don't care if this chick has been down for you since 1984. Everybody has a tendency to go left. And the one thing you don't want to do is be surprised. So you always have your contingency plan if a dude, for whatever reason, wants to go left. I got 2 best friends. I told them, if y'all ever go left, I'm good. You ain't got to explain nothing to me. I'm straight. And that's how we got to start looking at it, because the family structures are beating black family structures. And it ain't too many men out here who are down for family. You got these people who are so single and sex first mentality that they just losing left and right. And then what they're going to do is, once you've made it, Brandon, they're going to come to you after the fact and ask you to save what they spent 10, 20 years trying to destroy.
Yeah, exactly.
So. All right, brother. Salute to you. I am out.
Thank you.
You have a great one, man.
You too, man. Thank you for the time. Peace.